Welcome back to the rant.
NBA YoungBoy, the last Slimeto. Okay, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. When I first listened to this album, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I did not like it. I listened to this album on the ride back home, and it was a nice little 2-hour ride. I was cruising, put the album on. That's when I get in my best mode to listen to the albums. You know what I'm saying? I played it. And I went straight through. I'm the type of person when I first listen to an album, even though I feel like NBA YoungBoy albums for some reason, I feel like he one of them artists who don't really have to listen to the whole album exactly the way it's sequenced in the Apple Music. But I decided to listen to it that way just because that's how I like to intake music. Now, I won't lie to y'all. My first initial thoughts was this shit was trash. It was trash. I thought it was trash. This album was trash. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I went on my social media. I was like, and this is what I don't like to do. Lately, I've been like, okay, when I listen to an album, I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna let it breathe. And I was telling myself that the whole time when I was listening to it. But then I decided to make the rookie mistake, and I went to group chats. I went to social media, and I'm like, yeah, he only got like 5 or 6 songs on this, y'all. Or 5 or 6 good songs on here. Now, backstory. When he dropped the first 11 tracks, I won't lie, I didn't like it. When you drop those first 11 tracks, I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be one of them NBA YoungBoy albums I don't really mess with like that. You know what I'm saying? I liked a couple songs out there, but I'm like, only song I really was listening to was Wagwan, or Wagwan, however you say it. And I don't know, I just wasn't really messing with the album like that. So then, I had low expectations going into the album when I was listening to it. Then when I turned it on, it just disappointed me even more. And I feel like that's where I messed up at, having really low expectations based off the 11 songs and judging it. And honestly, when he dropped the first 11 songs, I couldn't really take the music in how I needed to because there was so much music dropping during that time. And I was on a high from Colors. Colors, to me, is one of the best NBA YoungBoy albums he ever dropped. In my opinion, Colors is either 1 or 2 out of the albums he dropped ever in his life. I love the content of it. I love how he was dissing the whole album, but he had other songs that you can get into that wasn't diss songs, and it was just a vibe, man. You got Snow Bunny, you got bring the hook, you got all these crazy records on there, man. You got so many crazy records on that album. So I already was like, okay, man, the last time Lito got to be crazy because at the time they were saying this is gonna be NBA YoungBoy last album and this, that, and the third. So I really was, what I'm saying, I'm expecting a lot from this album. So, like I said, first listen, took it in, did not like it, went to social media, talked about it, didn't even listen to it for some days, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what, I ain't finna listen to this album. I honestly, I turned the album off. This is how bad I thought the album was when I first listened to it. I turned the album off, and I went and I turned on a Draymond Green podcast for the rest of my ride, y'all. Draymond Green podcast, yes I did. I turned on the podcast, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done with this album. I don't need to listen to it no more. I already got my opinion. I don't like it, right? So about a few days back, I kept hearing everybody talking about the song. And I heard, and that's one of the songs that I actually liked off there. I ain't gonna lie. When I first listened to it, I liked F the Industry, and I liked I liked the song with Kehlani. That's one of the first songs I heard. And I liked the song, I actually liked the song Raw Wave, but I didn't really know what I was really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really know how much I liked it. So then I took a couple of days off. I saw people start talking about the song, how he made it a Tesla, and I started seeing all the hype and all these little different stories coming out. So I'm like, all right, let me give it one more try. Y'all went back to this album, and I ain't gonna lie, it's fire. The album is fire. I ain't gonna lie. It's not. Now we don't get into where I rank it in his discography, but I will tell y'all that out of 30 songs, a good 18 or 19 of these I'm playing. Like, I'm playing them. Like, I'm listening to them for real. I ain't gonna lie, man. 30 songs is a lot to digest, 30 songs is a lot to get right. It's real hard to hit on all 30 songs, but I ain't gonna say that I can't turn the album on and not listen to it all the way through. But out of 30 songs, a good 19 to 18 of them I'm definitely playing on almost a daily basis. So that's a pretty good album to me, man. My top songs, and then my top songs that came out recently, not the first 11 songs, my top songs is still F the Industry. It's the it's Stay the Same, it's Lost Soul, Survivor, and Home Ain't a Home, man. Home Ain't a Home is probably gonna be one of my favorite songs of the year, man. It hit a whole nother spot in me, man. You got Rod Wave on there, he doing his thing. You got YB on there doing his thing, man. Rod Wave and NBA YoungBoy, that's a connection that I've heard before, and I always knew that it could be deadly. But that song is crazy. Song is ridiculous, man. So that's one thing I will say. Those are my top songs, of course. Of course, I like the songs that came out before, like Vet Motors. I like Wagwan. I like Ghost. I like I Got the Bag, and of course, I like I Hate Young Boy. So yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I first listened to it, like I said, it wasn't good. But then I listened to it again on another 2 hour ride recently, and I'm like, man, what was I thinking? Where was my head at? Like, the album is hard, y'all. Like, and just outside them songs, I like Loner Life, Acclaimed, Emotions. I like Don't Rate Me. Ben came out and I been heard it, but then I heard it again, and I didn't even listen to it the second time. When I listened to it, that first day, I didn't even listen to Don't Rate Me. I'm like, I remember this song. I don't listen to it, but then I forgot how good it actually was. Like, Don't Rate Me is really good. I like Swerving. Kamikaze is one of my favorite ones I had too. Top Sound, Hold Your Own. I like I Know. I was waiting for the beat to drop the whole time, and I Know, but even though the beat never really dropped, the song is still hard, man. I like Freedom 5. I thought Freedom 5 was going to be one of them ones. It's not crazy, but I like it. I like 4K Trey, baby. I like, man, this album is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody on the internet hating and saying that it wasn't that good, only 6 songs. I suggest y'all just go back and take the song or take the album in one more time, because the album is a lot better than a lot of people give him credit for it, man. But I will say that this is not NBA YoungBoy's best album he dropped this year. Definitely Colors is his best album he dropped this year. This might be better. Now the one with the baby is decent. I think it's pretty tough. But since it has more songs and it's actually an NBA YoungBoy album, I'm gonna rank this over the album with the baby. But the album with the baby was pretty tough too. Yeah, but this is the last Slimeto, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. This one of the better albums that I heard. I don't know. I want to say it's one of the better albums I heard this year. It's top 15, maybe top 10, top 15 albums I heard this year. It's not a crazy album, but it's very digestible. I really actually mess with it a lot, and I feel like as I keep listening to it, I'm just gonna keep liking it even more. So yeah, in YB's discography, I would say this ranks. It's not better than Colors. It's not better than AI YoungBoy or AI YoungBoy 2. It's not better than Decided. It's not better than Until Death Call My Name. The obvious ones. It's not better than those. It's not better than Top. I'm a really big fan of Until I Return, so I definitely don't want to say it's better than that. But it's like around there though. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of his best albums, but it's definitely a very good album. I feel like a lot of people got to just give it more time, let it breathe, and that was my bad for even coming out and saying that so early. This is definitely a pretty good album from NBA YoungBoy, man. I feel like he delivered what he needed to do. Now I'm ready for the next album, man. I saw something that said he got a collab tape with Quando Rondo coming out. I don't know how much I'm gonna like that, because I'm not really a big Quando Rondo fan for a lot of different reasons. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see what he gonna do, man. In my opinion, he needs to drop a collab album with No Cap. I think that's long overdue. That'll probably be one of the better albums that drop in the year. So he needs to stop planning to do an album with No Cap. But yeah, man, out of 10, I would rank this album a solid 7 to 6.5. 6.5 to 7. Like I said, I like 18 and 19 of the songs. But if I'm ranking it 10, it's like this is one of the best albums I've heard. This is like either an instant classic, or this is one of his classic albums. It's not a 10. A 9 would be still somewhere around there. A 8 would be like, okay, this is better than Top or something like that. And it's definitely not better than Top. So I rank it like a 6.5, 7. Not saying that it was bad music on here for real, but it just wasn't one of his top albums, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think about the album in the comment section, man. I give it a 6.5 out of 7. My favorite song off here has to be Home Ain't a Home. That song just hit different. You got Rod Wave on there. You got it. Man, it's just a whole nother vibe, man. Then I like that he, NBA YoungBoy, you so used to him not really having that many features on him, and I like that he kind of stuck to that, and he had features that was somewhat out of the box. He had Kehlani, that was unexpected. Rod Wave was unexpected, but we've heard a Rod Wave and NBA YoungBoy track before, so it wasn't too out of pocket. But yeah, I like the features he had on here. He had Quavo, who I know he messed with a lot. So yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feeling about NBA YoungBoy, the last Slimeto. He said it's not his last album, thank God, because YoungBoy, we need you in the music game, man. So don't stop making your music. Don't stop going crazy. And yeah, like I said, let me know what y'all think about the album in the comment section. If y'all like the video, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. And we out.